Alright, gentlemen and ladies, today Stanley Parable. Just follow and see what is going on. I mean, it is one confusing game. I've played it a little bit before, but I thought I'd give it a proper run through and have you come along with this ride with me, so I am not the only one who is confused and trying to figure out this game. So basically, if you haven't played this game or you hadn't heard this game, you have to follow the narrator's advice. You can go on your own tangent, but it doesn't play out well. Let me show you.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a co-worker. I should sit down in this meeting and figure it out. I have a few co-workers that I want to smother with a pillow. Should have kept that one to myself.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, I bet you're wondering what happens if I don't actually follow the narrator's advice.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. So, pretty straightforward, yes? So you just follow what the narrator says. But there is the ability for you to go on your own tangent. Whether you want to is your own choice.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I feel a bit peculiar.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself.
Freedom.
To question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now?
I don't know.
For years, it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I saw this before, I never went there. I really want to go that way, but I don't know what will happen. Let's just go. Let's just do this part first and see what happens. I only got to a certain part and then died. And then it reset. This game likes to reset a lot.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
That's a lot of screens.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes. Yes, I do have the strength to find out. Come follow me, follow me, follow me.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
There's me.
Co-workers.
My one over there, 2427.
Reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
insane, right? Right, so...
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
In a way, isn't that a good thing,
No,
you know?
he refused to believe it. He
But we are
couldn't
human.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was
Never.
unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
No, the last time I did this, I pressed on by accident. And that was silly. So I'm pressing off this time, making sure that I actually do follow the narrator's decisions. Because the narrator's decisions are final. But I'm liking this game. Well, I haven't got far enough to actually be able to say if I like it or not.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building...
But have I been freed from the machine's grasp because I seem to be following their inputs as per usual?
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
What does he? Right. In a way, this reminds me of Portal, without the portal gun.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin. The
I don't know what to
feeling
make of this.
liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, look at that. And I'm right back again. Wait.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Okay, this is new. This is new. I don't know.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yes, we did.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really
Now, this
been
is what
worth
happens
the
when you
detour
don't
after all. Just to spend a few
adhere to
moments
the
here,
narrator.
but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I'm going to upset the narrator right now, so let's see what happens. Uh-oh, what just happened?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
It's a shame. I would love to go for another door.
Oh, no, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Let's see, we went down,
Okay.
right, left, down,
Okay.
right.
Let's see what's going on.
Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to
Ooh, did I throw off the narrator?
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense,
shit,
we'll
he's
just
gonna
restart the game from the beginning.
He's gonna kill me.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
So. Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
This is so new to me, I don't even know what's going on.
Did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute
This didn't
ago.
happen the first time I played this
Sure
game.
it's here
Oh.
somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay. I don't even know where to go. You know, I'm gonna go this way.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No, let's
Well,
not.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh my god!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right. We're gonna go to the meeting room, but instead of going upstairs, I'm going downstairs.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, guess I'm not going down the stairs then. Can you show me the way to town? Back the way you came.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
This is nuts. What the hell?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work. And
What the hell?
Paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
My God.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay, this is all new to me now, so we're all on the same page.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. Ah, but I need to go downstairs. Leave it to the line. Okay.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
No.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I don't even know what the hell's going on. Oh, they've changed it again.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart. Yeah. Okay, this is one last attempt.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh, God. I don't know what this narrator's getting me into.
Now, Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Oh, whoever created this game's an asshole, I have to say.
Oh no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask,
Mr. Narrator, stop listening.
The right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all...
After a long time, Stanley dies.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I have been all over this place. The Stanley parable can suck a penis.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tis for not getting
Feeling
fired.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
I just did a
And
whole
then something
360.
occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That is true.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley.
Yes.
He found it particularly strange.
Very strange.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Help me.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Help me.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
Even my
Let me
PC's wondering what the hell's
continue
going
pushing the
on.
buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Imagine if this game was like a mind-controlling game that was actually controlling your mind, or putting something into your mind, so you like become triggered, and all of a sudden,
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
oh, if you say loading, I'm done with this game. Actually, I'm done with this game. Oh my
This
god.
is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what is
Are
not.
we though?
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What the bollocks? What's that? Okay, I'm not playing any more of that. I don't know what the hell that was, but what the hell was that? Oh my god, that was so confusing. And I know there's so many different endings to this game, it's unbelievable, but I only played a few of them. This is the Stanley Parable, and go and play it yourself if you feel that you're not going to turn insane and you are, because they say insane people just repeat the same thing hoping for a different outcome, and this is basically what it is. This is what it is. It's just like, oh my god. So yeah, if you want to go and play this game, I suggest you go and check it out in Steam. It's currently like £3 at the moment, I think, during the summer sale. And if you like this, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm just starting out, but I'm gonna be bringing out numerous videos like this. I'll be bringing out different videos. I'm gonna be playing different games. So yeah, give me a check out. But guys, I'm getting off this game so I can clear my mind, because I don't know what the hell I just watched or played even. And I'll catch you on the next one. I will be uploading, I forgot to say, I'll be uploading every Saturday at 5 PM. So please check me out. I'll have a different game, and there'll be some games that I'm going to want to play through from beginning to end if I find the game worth it. And I'll be playing new games and old games and indie games and all of that. So this is also like an introduction to me as well. So welcome. Love me as I'll love you, and I'll catch you in the next one.